everybody.
Oh, look, there we are.
Here we are. It's us.
Happy Friday.
Happy Festival of the Arts opening day.
And we want to welcome you to Boxed In. This is Poppy, our stage manager. My name's Eric. This is Jill.
Hey, everybody.
And we have spent all day, well, I spent all day, Jill spent most of the afternoon, at the opening of the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts.
Indeed.
Guess what they have there?
Arts?
Wow. They also have merchandise.
They do. They do.
Hold on. Let me see if Poppy wants to get... Poppy just wanted to say hi to everyone, and then she has a puzzle she's going to do, hopefully. She's gonna, like, I don't know. We'll see.
It's a Poppy busy time experience that keeps her preoccupied, but not that preoccupied.
She's very happy.
Yeah.
It is... I know that people from New Jersey or Ohio or Wisconsin are going to say we're ridiculous. It is cold.
It's brisk.
Festival of the Arts, it was like, it's, okay, 55 degrees is not cold by most standards.
No, but
with like,
it's
wet and it's like 30-mile-an-hour wind.
It also
with
poured
gusts.
rain this morning, and then like the temperature dropped, and it's windy. It's so windy.
So we had a cold, wet, windy day at the festival.
Yeah.
Ate a lot of food.
Some of which blew away.
Literally, some of the... Actually, more than one food item just blew away.
Or like absolutely like sometimes they put, it's Festival of the Arts. So Festival of the Arts is the festival where they do the hardest work in terms of presentation. I think the presentation of foods of Festival of the Arts is the best. Often that includes a lot of little garnish sorts of elements. So like those little like leaves of garnish just take right off in the way.
I wanted to time it back to the old Illuminations Reflections of Earth. When the guy's like, that's what it was like. And there went the garnish, the silverware, my sunglasses, Jill's cocktail, like all kinds of stuff. It was just, stuff was everywhere. We had a great time. Obviously, the highlight of the festival is they brought back the Figment popcorn bucket. But they would never do that to you where they just charge you all that money to have the same exact popcorn bucket.
No.
So what they did was give us the same exact popcorn bucket, but with a different lanyard. So you have to buy that, right?
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to go back and get a new one just for the new lanyard because it's an EPCOT 40 lanyard with Figment all over it, which is super cute. So last year's lanyard was more sort of like comic strip squares of like different pictures of like different angles or characterizations of Figment's face. This one is just the sort of silhouette of Figment in the EPCOT 40th kind of prismatic sort of design with the EPCOT 40 logo. But exact same popcorn bucket. He's adorable.
Lee will show everybody this beautiful new
creepy
strap.
In an uncanny valley kind of way. His hands freak me out. He's got this, like his hands are too big for the rest of his body thing. I don't know. He's cute, but he's also creepy.
He's a dragon.
I mean.
He is a dragon, but he's a lovable dragon.
Indeed.
And any Epcot fan would be lucky to have him in their home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can open them if you want to see.
Figment butt.
Oh, there's Figment butt, and
I just pull the wings.
yeah, pulling the wings. Well, that didn't help. Man, you really closed this up. And there's his popcorn, little junk in the trunk for you if you like.
Rainbow candy corn.
Popcorn. What?
I didn't really show him. I just showed the lanyard.
Here.
But when you take him back to the park, you get the regular popcorn refills in the bucket if you so choose, or external for the bucket. If you are a popcorn bucket collector, you're in a Disney park, never let them put actual popcorn in your popcorn bucket.
They are impossible to wash.
They're impossible to wash. You get all that grease and salt and all those little like crevices of plastic. Don't do it.
We did have to clean Figment thanks to a rude woman at the Rose and Crown who basically bumped into Jake and spilled a lot of stuff on him.
Spilled stuff all over Jake.
Probably, it was probably Guinness. Was it
Yeah.
Guinness?
It was
Yeah,
Guinness.
Figment had a little Guinness on him.
Yeah, you know.
So he's recovering.
There are
We're going to
worse
set him
things,
over
I
here so
suppose.
he can recover. Last week, we did mystery pins.
We did.
I know some of you like the mystery pins. You're into it. If you don't normally watch Boxed In, we do mystery pins. We used to do wishables, mystery things,
Which don't exist
merchandise,
anymore.
all this. You never know what you're going to find. I can tell you, it's always going to be dumb, but you never know what it's going to be. So here we are. It's
we
always
try to make it
in the
fun.
kitchen, almost always in the kitchen. And in this case, we got a duplicate pin from the Muppet Christmas Carol 30th anniversary pins.
Yep.
So the pin was the, let me get them out. Some of you may recall, this was, it wasn't from the Muppet set.
Oh, no,
I
that's
just put it
from
in the box of the Muppet set
from the
to
Kite Tail
protect it.
set.
It's from the Kite Tails mystery pin set. And we have Rainbow Rafiki. Everybody remembers Rainbow Rafiki.
Yes,
He was quite a big deal. He was on a lot of Skittles commercials back in the day.
Were they freeze-dried Skittles, Eric?
Oh, they had freeze-dried
I
Skittles
think you need
today.
to talk about the freeze-dried Skittles.
Yeah, we
Are
will.
you guys going to talk about the festival as you go around? Because people are asking about like the Figment room and stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But let me get this done. We had people put a phrase to pays if they wanted to win this pin, and it's a crossover, so it's going to be in the Muppet.
You're going to get a Kite Tails pin in a Muppet Christmas
Box,
Carol box.
maybe, I don't know. And you were supposed to like, subscribe, and type the phrase Southwest Airlines.
It was relevant at the time when everyone's flights were getting canceled.
It was relevant at the time. And we selected one winner at random, and the name of that winner is
Dun-da-da-da.
Jack Berkey.
Hey, Jack.
And Jack Berkey
Congratulations.
says, hey guys, yet another wonderful show. Would love that pin. Southwest Airlines. So Jack, email me, ericm@WDWNT.com. And now, thanks to the wonders of technology and Jason Diffdahl, you can also just email Eric at WDWNT.com. Eric with a C. Eric M. And I will send this to you as quickly as I can. Congratulations, Jack, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking.
Yes, Lee
Thanks
has
for
something to say.
subscribing.
They're asking about the bourbon.
They're asking
Oh.
about bourbon. Are we ready for bourbon? Hold on.
We're being pressured. I feel like this is like peer pressure. We're being
They're like,
pressured
I want to know about the
drink.
Figment room. I want to know your bourbon of the week. I want to know all these things.
Inquiring minds want to know.
It's like me. I'm kind of all over the
It
place.
just so happens, I'm like sneaking this into frame right now. It just so happens that we have a bourbon tonight. If you are a frequent watcher of Boxed In, you know that we start, every show begins with us opening a new bottle of bourbon and trying it. So tonight's bourbon is kind of a classic, I feel like. Maker's Mark 46. So Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, barrel finished with 10 French oak staves. So that's a Maker's Mark thing where they put additional staves of oak into the barrel as they age it.
Here's my understanding from when we went to the Maker's Mark distillery, because I did visit, I did take a tour. I didn't take really detailed notes. Essentially, all Maker's Mark is Maker's Mark, right? They make it all the same. It's aged the same, all this stuff.
And then they mess with
46, what they do is after everything's done, they dump the barrel, and then they put it in a new barrel that has additional French oak staves, and they age it for another X amount of weeks or months. And there's all kinds of different ones you get, but 46 is kind of their main one that you see on the market, right? They'll have they'll list all the different staves and mixtures of staves and all that stuff. This is not an expensive or hard to find bourbon. I've had it before. It's not too bad.
It is specifically stave profile number 46. So they have all these different staves that they add, and they have different profiles for each, and this is profile 46.
That is where the name
Yeah.
Maker's Mark 46
So,
comes from.
Eric, everything you said is basically here on the bottle. It says, and the result of adding these staves to the already distilled sort of base Maker's Mark blend, this creates a bolder version of Maker's Mark with pronounced notes of caramel and vanilla, and has become known as stave profile number 46. Enjoy.
If you drink enough bourbon, you come to find out that the main difference between them is what kind of wood it tastes like, which is kind of weird because I don't really judge anything else in the world based on what kind of wood it tastes like. Right? That was a great steak. It tastes like pine.
Maybe like cedar flanked salmon?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. like those smoky sorts of foods.
Open her up.
Let's open her up. So Makers has that, one of the other things that Maker's Mark is known for is they wax dip their bottles. So you were at the
I may have dipped that bottle. This is from that trip.
Yeah, you were at the,
This is over a year. I've had this over a year.
if you go to the Maker's Mark Distillery in Frankfurt, you can dip your own
It's
bottle.
in Bardstown.
Bardstown.
Well, it's near Bardstown. It's not in Frankfurt, but yeah, it's.
Somebody, I believe, fire chief asked how many bottles of bourbon you have at this point. Do you have any concept?
My intention was to catalog those for the new year. I think we're got to be near 100.
I might need some help with this.
Okay.
You have them all over the house.
Probably over 100.
And like that doesn't include the ones that have already been like emptied and discarded. There it is. That's the sound we love. The cork pop of a bottle of bourbon.
I'll show you my bourbon collection while I have some hard to get stuff. It's generally speaking a little bit of quantity and variety over quality, right? I don't have any of the like antique collection stuff. I don't have $1,000 bottles of bourbon, right? But we got a lot here. Some of them are Jill's, some of them are Jake's, some of them are mine. Jason drops by with random bourbons that are flavored like bananas and brown sugar and marshmallow. I don't know if those count.
Yeah.
Because Jason doesn't like this type of bourbon. Jason's got to have a little flavor in his life. So let's do this.
I'm excited for this. I always like Makers. Makers is like that great classic bourbon. It's
very accessible.
Perfect old fashioned, for example, but also very sippable on its own.
Also, Hillary Morton's go-to bourbon.
Morton,
If you're watching Hillary,
endorsed.
love it. I did get a new bourbon shirt from Lee's parents, so thank you
did?
very much, Patsy and
Yeah,
Tony.
you actually got a comment on it.
Poppy has already covered it in dog hair for you.
Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Good job, Poppy. Oh, yeah, I was holding her at the beginning of the show, wasn't I? Okay, cool. Cheers,
Cheers.
Jake. Jill? Cheers to you. For a not expensive bourbon, Maker's Mark is very consistent,
Yeah.
very nice. It's
Yeah.
and the 46 is a little smoother than your normal Maker's Mark.
Definitely
Normal
not
Maker's
caramel.
Mark is on the borderline of like mixer, right? And I would say this is
It's like
not a mixer.
very sweet up front. You really get that caramely flavor, and then you've kind of got that heat on the back end, which makes me think there's a decent amount of rye in the mash bill.
Festival of the Arts, the Figment Zone.
Well, you talk about it, because I showed up. I was not in time for the Figment Zone, so that's, you guys
Keep in
tell the
mind,
audience.
when we do these festivals, we are all over the place like cockroaches.
Yeah.
My focus was to review food when I got there, to review food with Tom. So I spent a little bit of time in the, I don't even know what it's, I don't know the official name of the area. It is the former Odyssey.
Imagination Pavilion or
Imagination,
something.
Yeah, so they have the original pin table. And I don't mean for like pin collectors, right? Remember those pins and you could lift up your hand under, like
Oh,
they're
yes,
all
from
hanging in the table. You could like, yeah, from
I
Imageworks.
saw
They have
the
a bunch of stuff from
pictures.
Imageworks in there,
I
right?
loved that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was
They
cool.
were sort of, to some extent, like doing a recreation / homage to Imageworks.
Old original Figment
Yeah.
figures, places, the thing you put your face in and take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong, everybody? Is everybody okay? Okay. They had all this cool Figment stuff. They have really cool art. They have the Wonderground stuff. There's an amazing Mr. Toad portrait, like the boy in blue type
Yeah.
of style.
Yeah.
That
so cool.
one day somehow I need to figure out a way to get it, but it's not cheap. It's like $399.
Yeah.
Which,
And we need to
if you
figure
got
out
$399 at the festival, if you're WDWNT, you're spending that on food. So
lot
we
of
ate a
food.
lot of food.
Yeah.
Some good, some bad, some forgettable, some memorable.
like every festival.
But like I say, the thing is, Festival of the Arts in particular, is they like to take a very basic food and make it complicated.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always translate to like
Tastes
very
good.
easy to mass produce with high quality.
Yeah.
And so it's a little hit or miss. Freeze-dried Skittles. We need to stop the show right here and talk about freeze-dried
Let's
Skittles.
do it.
There are two items I had with freeze-dried Skittles. One of them is a drink. The drink tasted like, Tom said like 80s like grape, right? I was thinking it tastes. Tom thought someone said Purplesaurus Rex, and Tom said, yeah. I thought it tasted like Big League Chew, like grape Big League Chew. If you ever Big League Chew, Bubblicious, Bubble Yum, that's what it tasted
that's
like.
sort of that, you got a little bit of that bubblegum flavor going on.
And they had.
And it comes
That
in
was
a
served in
souvenir
this
cup.
Figment cup, by the way.
Super cute.
Smaller than
It's very small. It's very small.
It's kind of the size of it.
Yeah,
It's
and
basically
it's
the
plastic.
size of a soda can, maybe slightly smaller than a soda can. And yeah, they've had a couple of these different plastic sort of can-shaped souvenir cups.
The backside of Figment.
It's cute, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
And so the drink is purple. So when you get the drink, it's filling the cup. It's purple, and so you're basically getting Figment's face on the purple drink background.
And then there's like a cream top to it. Like I don't know if it's whipped cream or what, but it has. Hold on. There you
The
go.
drink. So the drink is.
It has
topped
on top.
with
It's topped with
freeze-dried
freeze-dried Skittles.
Yeah.
And I had never had a freeze-dried Skittle before. And it's also, there's a piece of cake that has like multi-layers. You've seen these cakes a million times with the different colors. And topped with frosting and freeze-dried Skittles. And all I can say is like, they're not chewy. So a freeze-dried Skittle is just like, you eat it and it just kind of,
Like poof.
yeah, it turns to dust.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's really good. Freeze-dried Skittles. I think it's sponsored by Skittles. And yet, there's no regular Skittles there, right?
Taste the
Everything's just
rainbow.
freeze-dried Skittles.
I mean, I
and they
feel
were
like
delicious.
Skittles as a sponsor of like Figment is a really good call.
And if you're with Disney, we came with a good idea where Figment needs an alter ego just for the Festival of the Arts named Pigment.
Yes.
And he's all different colors. And
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, Figment, leave him in charge of imagination, put Pigment in charge of art.
Yeah. I like that.
I don't
You
know.
have like a new unique character who is a festival mascot. I love it.
I don't know. Maybe I was drinking when I came up with that.
Most likely.
It's possible. All right, we got
So
more.
we have some more cool festivals. So but you were talking about the Figment experience.
Oh yeah. So they have that. They have there's a lot of image work callbacks. So they have like original footage from the upstairs, like ImageWorks experience with the little, the loops of different animations and things he's saying and little vignettes. And believe it or not, kids, it wasn't always a DVC lounge. ImageWorks used to be an area that you could go to upstairs and experience more stuff with the imagination with your good pal Figment. There's a lot of stuff there. There's original Figment figures. There's also, like I said, the Wonderground Gallery. There's a lot to see there, so I highly recommend going. Also, if you want the popcorn bucket, it's not the zoo it was last year. It's a virtual queue, and that's where you go to pick it
Well,
up.
it's
So
mobile order.
right, or, I'm
It's
sorry,
not-
not
yeah.
virtual queue.
Yeah.
Mobile order, same thing, right? You got to use your phone and wait.
But here's what I want to tell you. By the time I showed up to EPCOT at like 3 p.m. today, all the mobile order slots were full. So similar to if you're at the park, say like I think Woody's Lunchbox is a great example of this. That when you go to mobile order at Woody's Lunchbox at Hollywood Studios, you have to pick a time, and the available time is usually like an hour or two later because Woody's gets really busy. So they had
Why is that? How many cash registers do they have?
Just two. Only 2 cash registers. There were return times for the Figment popcorn bucket all the way through 9 p.m. tonight. By the time I arrived at the park at 3 p.m., all those time slots were full. You could no longer get a Figment popcorn bucket today.
I'm fairly confident for the next few days,
It's
you'll
gonna
be able to
be-
get the Figment popcorn bucket,
it's going
right?
to be, They know how much it sold this past time, and so they had to have ordered plenty more. And I
And
mean,
since it is so dramatically different this year, they know that people are going to want to
whole
buy
new
it again.
design, whole new mold.
Poppy
whole
is
new
really
everything.
fired up. I'm sorry, folks.
Jason got her really worked up earlier.
Jason got her worked
I'm
up.
blaming
Are we
Jason.
blaming Jason? Jason is here.
we both got home too late to wear her out.
Yeah, long day.
You should tell them that you can mobile order before you get to the park.
Yeah,
No,
you
you-
can mobile order
I
that popcorn
couldn't.
bucket before you get to
I
the park.
couldn't.
I did.
Jason
I
did.
couldn't.
Yeah. Cheating the system. Jason Diffendahl.
Oh,
tell you what.
you may need to be in a certain range of Epcot.
I love Figment. You know what I hate?
Munchlings.
Munchlings. Munchlings are stupid.
And so this
But-
is like that. This is that merchandise item that you love and hate.
I didn't buy this. This is stuff Tom bought. I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy
anything today.
anything.
Either. No.
Right? Nothing. I'm saving up for the Mr. Toad.
You want the Mr.
All I care about is the artwork. I don't care about munchlings. I don't care about pins. look, I care about them for like having a show.
Yeah.
Like I like
Because
to
it's
have
good
access to,
merchandise.
but I don't keep any
But
of
in
that
terms
stuff.
of what you keep and collect, yeah, no.
We've got problems with our stage manager. She's calling out some safety violations.
She's got a bad attitude.
She's got a bad attitude, according to Lee.
Well, let's
She
show
was
off.
playing Ring Around the Dining Room Table with Lee. We might need some help there, Jake. Be
Let's
careful
show
with
off
your
the
headset.
munchling, and
Yeah.
then maybe we'll take a little commercial break.
We got her.
Let
we got
Poppy
her.
do her thing.
We got it. So Poppy has been picked up. Everything's good. For those that don't know, if you haven't met Poppy, which if you've been to the studio, maybe you've met her, but most of you probably haven't. Loves to be held, but she doesn't like to be picked up.
Yeah.
She wants you to chase her. You got to earn it every time. And then when you do, she's like, "All right, cool." But you got to get her cornered, otherwise she'll play chase all day long. So here's your stupid munchling.
But it's a Figment munchling exclusively for Festival of the Arts.
How do I describe munchlings? Munchlings are
Food,
plush figures based on like a bakery, a fictional bakery that bakes
dessert item of some
things
sort.
that are
Yeah.
so cute you can't possibly eat them.
Yeah.
Unlike the bakery that Sunshine Seasons that bakes stuff that you can't possibly eat because it's disgusting, right? So, I'm sorry if you work at the bakery that feeds Sunshine Seasons. Anyway, here is your Figment munchling.
Yeah. So the pastry item it is modeled on is basically a Fig Newton.
Correct.
It is a Figment Fig Newton.
At
With
least they have a customized box.
yes.
No, the box is
cute.
cool.
The box is cute. But it's not really great execution.
Are we taking him out of the box?
I think you
I don't know what
almost
happens.
have to show us
What
the
happens
wings.
if I take one of Tom's
His little Fig
munch?
Newton wings.
I can't because it's like sealed, and this is Tom's, and Tom will pile this up to the ceiling and keep it in pristine condition.
yeah. That's,
So-
yeah.
No, I will not open that. I'm sorry.
It won't make it better.
Yeah.
Is that the only one of them?
Also, he smells like grape. Munchlings are scented, and he smells like grape.
Does he smell like the grape Figment drink that tastes like
Maybe.
Purplesaurus Rex?
Maybe. I like it.
A couple new pins. I think is there another pin in there? Aren't there three? One looked like it had a chalkboard on it. I don't see that one.
Two of these.
What are the? No.
Those are the ones you have.
Okay, I thought I saw one that had like a chalkboard
Oh, wait.
on it.
Here we go. There it is.
There it is, chalkboard. There's three. Jason thought there were only two. There's a pass holder one. So here's the pass holder one. It says chalk it up. And I'm sorry, do we need Jason to hold Poppy or? Okay. Chalk it up, and it's got a little pass holder thing hanging from it, and it's old Figment doing his thing.
Oh, it dangles.
That one's cute. That's the pass holder one.
Very cute. This says create your own magic, which has actually been Disney's theme for the last, the whole Chapek era.
You know what? We're not going to do
Create
it
your
for
own
you.
magic.
Do it yourself.
That'll be $150. You go create your own magic. No, we're coming out of that hopefully. Anyway, create your own magic. Again, Figment. I can't tell if he's painting or yeah, he's painting, I suppose.
Oh, and this one's like 3D. He's like double layered.
So this one, I wonder if I had a very small piece of chalk. No, that's not actually a chalkboard. It'd be cool to be able to write your own message on this
Yeah.
because it's Figment next to like a frame and what I perceive to be a chalkboard or a blackboard.
Well, and because Festival of the Arts is known for their chalk art. That is
Yeah.
one of the coolest parts about Festival of the Arts. It's one of the most constantly changing and worth going to the park repeatedly.
Especially today. There we are.
I see us. We're here.
I don't know if you can hear us or see us. The camera randomly said it's too hot. Hot damn. Told us to call the police and the fireman. Maybe that was Bruno Mars. Are we okay? Do we know?
I think so.
Okay. I see us on there.
hopefully you
Oh,
can-
look! Enough people said Poppy. They triggered the Poppy
Yeah.
animation.
Poppy pulled the plug, and then they said, "Don't blame Poppy."
It could have been
This
Poppy.
was actually, I don't.
It overheated. We've been using this camera all day at the festival,
Yeah.
though. So now we're off of shore power. We're on to battery power, which means
Well, we've got.
hopefully we're okay.
We don't have a ton more merchandise. I will say, I feel like this festival probably had a smaller merchandise collection than average, at least as far as what we were able to find.
Oh, they're triggering the Poppy thing.
Oh, there goes Poppy again.
They just keep saying Poppy munchling.
They figured out that if you say Poppy enough, you just get an animation of
keep getting
Poppy all the
Poppy.
time, jumping up and down.
So there are also a couple of ornaments from the festival this year. We've got this, they're both plastic. This one is sort of a reclining Figment, International Festival of the Arts 2023. This is a 1999 piece of plastic.
That is almost a come hither Figment there,
It's like the
right?
George
Draw me like
Costanza.
your French girls, right?
No, it's like
A
the
little
George
bit.
Costanza
Yeah, George
thing.
Costanza.
Yeah. And then this is Figment. So the color scheme for the festival merchandise this year was the black background with the vibrant colors on the front. So this is Figment, I think kind of meant to simulate sort of a chalkboard. This is Figment's face. He's got a bunch of butterflies. He's got the spaceship Earth in the background
I
there.
love this.
This is also a 1999 piece of plastic.
Oh, and it's like 3D. You can like.
Yeah, it's a little bit raised, right?
Yeah, it's like almost like lenticular-ish.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Well,
think
it's
that's the
like-
word.
No, it's like
Cell phone-
layered. It's like
yeah,
layered.
it's like those cell phone cases
Yeah.
that are both inside and outside.
And then we also have some Festival of the Arts magnets. It is a die-cut magnet, which tells you blatantly and loudly on the packaging, in case you aren't sure. Make
How did
every
they
day.
cut this? With a die. It is not a scissor cut magnet. It's not a laser cut magnet.
No, somebody doesn't sit there
Only
and
a
snip around the
die.
edges.
Yeah.
Make every day a work of art. Again, that logo or catchphrase for the festival, and this is $14.99 for the magnets.
That's a decent size too.
Yeah, they're pretty big. And then we've got another one, Figment on a blue background with chalk doing his little chalk art thing, which is really cute. I'm really upset about this, Eric.
Okay, our next item, Jill finds very upsetting.
I do.
It is a Magic Band.
Yeah.
Not a Magic Band Plus, just the old.
Which is a point in its favor. In its favor, it is an old school Magic Band.
But it's interesting that they still won't do like specific merch for like events and stuff on a Magic Band Plus. Like they don't believe in it.
Other than the EPCOT 40.
I think
they
they
did
don't
EPCOT
believe in it.
40
Yeah, but
and
that's like, that's a forever thing.
That's
It's
like
not
a year-long
This
thing.
is dated, right?
Yeah.
This is, so anyway, this has Figment, Spaceship Earth, the old, the Imagination Academy, Imagination Institute
Yes.
logo. Oh my God, it's got the butterfly, but it has not disappeared.
Oh.
I don't know, it's not actually on a trapeze either. It got a bucket of paint. What? No, there's not only half of it in a mirror. But anyway, it's a Magic Band for the people that still collect the Magic Bands that they've told you they're phasing out.
So here's my problem with this Magic Band. As someone who is still a original Magic Band collector, it's not limited edition. It's only limited release, which means there's like a billion of them, and it's not in a box. They do boxed, like limited edition boxed Magic Bands for like every EPCOT festival. But they didn't do one for this festival, at least not as far as we've seen. They are not currently in the park. Ooh, what's this?
It looks like a
Oh,
mug.
it's a mug.
It feels like a mug.
So again, in the vein of there wasn't a ton of merchandise this year, this is one of the handful of pieces. And again, most of the merchandise is following that black theme with the sort of chalk designs on it. This is similar to the
love it.
ornament we showed you, the Figment face with the butterflies. It's actually really cute because it's definitely raised. You can feel like there's dimension to Figment's face. And then the cool part is the back of this mug is actually a chalkboard. So you can take a piece of chalk and draw, there's a picture frame, and you can actually write on chalk on your mug.
You know what I thought it was going to say when I looked at it? Was that like when your coffee gets hot, it
will
shows
color
a
change?
picture.
Yeah. Oh,
and then
yeah.
it's black. That would be cool too.
Like one of the like Figment, the festival, the scavenger hunt paintings around World Showcase that are like Figment in famous works of art. That would be cool too.
It's heavy. It's like heavier than it.
Yeah, it is a little heavier than you would expect it to be.
Yeah,
These are all Tom's. Last item is,
Oh no, we also have we have the shirts.
those are Jason's.
Yeah. This is the last of Tom's items. So this is the festival.
I'm sure you'll see this on Tom's desk.
Probably for news
On
today.
News Today.
I don't know, he might use this one.
I don't know.
This is the corksicle for the festival. So again, that black background with Figment kind of doing the chalk art thing. Purple lid, which I really love the color of the purple lid. You can see
What
it.
color is it? Is it purple?
This is $44.99. It is a corksicle, which is part of why it's on the pricey side.
Oh, it's heavy too.
It's heavy, it's a double-walled metal, so it's going to do a really nice job of keeping your cold drinks cold and your hot drinks hot.
That is nice. I like that.
It's a good design.
I would almost like it better if it weren't dated with the festival, but I know people are into that.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Do we want to take a quick break? We have a little bit more merchandise we'd like to share with you. Real quick, we're going to take a commercial break. I think there's stuff in the oven.
I already got it.
Oh, Lee already got it. I was not even paying attention.
You know.
Okay. Yeah, just a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Are you tired of the same old boring food and drink options? Mexican food, Asian food, Italian food. Well, join us for something we call Hawaiish food at Polynesian's Resort. We've got everything you're looking for, from food to drinks to entertainment. Celebrate special occasions at Patty Ohana's, where Moana herself will come spank the lucky birthday boy with her shillelagh. Or find out what our mixologists have been up to with the lapu lapu you love, but served inside a potato with real Irish whiskey. Over at Kona O'Brien's, our top of the aloha breakfast is not to be missed, with Tonga shepherd's pie and more. And for lunch, we're cooking up some corned beef and cabbage pot stickers that'll make you want to kiss the Maui Blarney Stone out in our lobby. For those in a hurry, we've got counter service downstairs at Captain Cook's of Dublin. In the evening, wind down over at Trader Shamrock's Grog Grotto, or out there on the terrace, you can listen to your favorite U2 songs on the ukulele. And of course, we have that world-famous leprechaun Dole Whip. And if you think this accent is shite, wait until you hear our staff talk. So capture a little luck at te fiti and drag the whole family down for the best and only Hawaiish joint in the world. It's more than just a dumb idea. It's a lifestyle going all the way back to our founder, Roy O. Disney. Come find us at the end of the rainbow and tell him Don O'Brien sent ya. Say hello to Hey Disney, the all-new voice assistant for Alexa. You'll be able to get the weather with Olaf, joke around with the galaxy's funniest droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, go on adventures with Dory, listen to your favorite Disney stories, plus so much more. Awaken the magic and discover a world of fun with some of Disney's most beloved characters. Use Hey Disney to book a park reservation.
Park not available.
Or use it for customer service.
Hey Disney, my showing of Hoop-Dee-Doo was cancelled without notice.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I am shipping a used bowl to your saved address.
You can use it to check the weather.
Hey Disney, what's the weather like?
In Florida? Maybe it'll rain, maybe it won't. Are you Samantha?
And our newest feature, bring the Walt Disney World Resort home with you to help you sleep the way you do in our resort hotels. Like a white noise generator, but with a little Disney magic.
Hey Disney, make it sound like I'm sleeping at an all-star resort. Better make it art of animation. Hey Disney, how about the Grand Floridian?
I can unlock deluxe resorts for $500.
Hey Disney with Alexa, available soon-ish. And don't worry, Destination D23 attendees, You'll probably get yours one day.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to Boxed In, the worst show on the internet, guaranteed, or your money back.
Yes, any money you pay towards the production of this show will be refunded to you if you are dissatisfied with your experience. That does not include super chats. I don't think we could give those back. I don't even know how we would go about giving back a super chat. I don't think YouTube lets us do
YouTube,
that
they just
anyway.
disappear in YouTube
Yeah,
pockets,
yeah.
I think. All right, we have a viewer package. This one's, I don't know what to think. It says it's from Jake.
Jake's a viewer of the show.
Jake is a viewer and an integral part of the show. Uh-oh, it's a metal sign. I think we can get it out. There we go. Ready? Oh, look at this. Support local wildlife, Buffalo Trace. It is cutting my hand. This is a sharp sign.
That's neat.
That's great.
So
Normally in Kentucky, this sign would have a couple bullet holes in it for authenticity. But here we are. Thank you, Jake. That is wonderful.
that is your Christmas present from Jake. Merry Christmas.
What a thoughtful gift. Thank you, Jake.
How cool.
Support local wildlife.
I know where that's going.
Uh-huh.
Lee says she knows where it's going, which is funny because I don't.
Somewhere
In my office. All right. We have a couple more festival items and then like a wild card item that I think is really, really cool and worth you hanging out and watching.
It's a big ticket item, so I think
We have a big ticket item coming. Again, not mine.
Yeah.
All right.
So our last couple of pieces of festival merchandise are a T-shirt,
The pass holder T-shirt.
which is the pass holder T-shirt. So you've got that same chalk it up to something magical, which I think is kind of cute.
That's cute. I like the colors.
Yeah.
The only place you'll find better T-shirts is at carouselofproducts.com, and we released a restock of our Last Chance to Splash Mountain shirts last night, and boom, they flew off the shelves. I don't know if there's any left, but if there are, check it out, carouselofproducts.com. All your proceeds go, we don't know where.
I don't know. We haven't
They go to buy Jason pins.
We haven't gotten a check in a while, so we'll see. Yeah, the last days of Splash Mountain are like a week and a half away.
I haven't been on Splash Mountain in a long time.
I just wrote it yesterday, and I'm really glad I did.
Are we going to do it? I don't want to go on like the last day.
Eric,
I
I thought, so we were talking about it when we rode Splash Mountain yesterday, and I said, this probably some of my most prominent memories of Splash Mountain are when you and I used to live stream from the Magic Kingdom
Remember
together.
when we'd live stream every Monday? Lee would go.
Stream the closing.
And we live stream Splash Mountain, and we'd always wind up getting soaked, and it was always a lot of fun. I think we should go back and live stream Splash
Let
Mountain
me
one
tell
last
you
time.
about getting soaked, Jill Diffendale.
Yes.
I went on the last ride of the Fievel's Playland water slide. I'm going to send this video to Jake. I don't know if we have time. The Fievel's water slide in Woody Woodpecker Playland at Universal Studios, Florida.
Yep.
Well, it is closing in
Forever.
a couple days,
Yeah.
right? And I went over there to help Annie cover something, and Annie was like, you have to ride the Fievel ride. I was like, why would I ride the Fievel ride? Fievel came out in like the 80s. It was like fake Disney,
How dare
Spielberg
you
stuff, right?
besmirch
Tried
the
to
name
like,
of Fievel Mouskowitz.
I like Fievel Mouskowitz, but let's be honest about who we are, right? I don't have anything against some of our competition as long as everyone's honest about who they are and what they're doing.
As long as
And
everyone's
Fievel-
honest about who the original animated mouse was.
Correct. And honestly, he taught me a lot of things. There are no cats in America. The streets are paved with cheese. Everybody knows all that stuff.
Yeah.
But really, the gratitude in somewhere out there is admirable. I'm trying to send this to Jake now.
It's a very
I
sweet movie.
absolutely got more wet on this ride than I got ever on Space Mountain. and
Splash.
Splash Mountain. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. I called the contemporary the Polynesian.
I get
Polynesian
I
contemporary
get,
last night, so.
if I get wet on Space Mountain, it's because I'm sweating bullets because I'm afraid that I'm going to like plummet to my death.
I got so wet that I stayed like not just kind of wet. I stayed like really wet for about 2 hours, and 4 hours later, I met Lee and I met you and friends, and I was still wet.
Yep.
And not like bad wet, but like enough
like
that you're like
damp, like
you're
you're
a
still
little damp, right?
Yeah.
And
Because as we've mentioned earlier, it's January in Florida, which means like it can get nice and like in the low 70s on a ride.
And I was booking. Here we go. Oh, so Jake showed it. Show it again, Jake. You can see. Show right before the end. Watch. This is like look at all that water that just came splashing. And then right at the end, like more came. It was just awful. And I have to be near the weight limit for that ride. And I was booking. No one has ever broken like 40 miles an hour on that ride except me. And I was really hauling me up. And then I only found out so Universal Studios Florida, I've been there a lot, but I haven't been back in that Woody Woodpecker Kid Zone. I found out way too late in life that there's an area where you have air cannons that you load balls into and are not only allowed to, but are encouraged to shoot children with Nerf balls.
Yeah.
We might have gone in there and gone to town a little bit.
I can't
Brought
blame
some
you.
Marine Corps memories back, you know.
There you go.
And Annie was like, our reporter at Universal, Annie's like, you don't need to shout "get some" every time you shoot one of these kids, right? No, it was a good time. We had a heck of a time, and so that's called the Ball Factory. Mm-hmm. The Curious George stuff is going away. The Shrek meet and greet area is going away. The Fievel water slide is going away, and we don't know what's replacing it. Woody Woodpecker roller coaster is going away. By the way, they yell at you really rudely if you attempt to film that ride. Because they don't want your camera out, you know, because you know how Universal is about that. They're like, we can rent you a locker for that. Why would you have
Universal made me shove my phone down my shirt once because I wasn't allowed to have it out on the Mummy. That's a whole other story.
The Mummy.
I had some choice words for Universal via their Twitter account about that.
So before we get to our last item, since we're talking about Annie and Universal.
Yeah.
Big news yesterday. Super Nintendo World.
The walls came down.
Walls came down, and they did a soft opening of Super Nintendo World. They call that a technical rehearsal at Universal.
John Cougar Mellencamp would have been proud.
Yeah.
The walls come tumbling down.
He would have been proud for all kinds of reasons. They could suck on a chili dog there. You know, all that stuff. So anyway, it was like, on a chili dog line?
I hope
There
not.
they are.
That was a really good line.
I think we're back. That was a good line, right?
We're
I think we might be back.
we're
I
having
don't
some
know.
temperamental issues.
Our camera's very hot.
I think we're back. We look like
We're
we're back.
back.
Yep. Well, let's
Anyway, so we have reporters out in California. We didn't have anyone that could go there immediately, and it's like LA, right? So they're like, oh, maybe I can go there in 2 weeks. Or, I thought I was going to have to go. I called Lee. I was like, yo, I think I have to go to LA. And then we were able to get Annie. Booked her on an overnight flight. Boom. She was there last night. But it opened and we got her there last night. She's been there all day. All kinds of great Super Nintendo World content.
If you follow our Universal Parks News Today website and social channels, you'll be able to see a whole lot of the content she's already putting out.
Alessa told me that we had a TikTok. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, oh, I put out some TikToks. One of them already hit 500,000 views. Whatever, big deal. I was like, 500,000 is a lot of people.
That's a lot for us.
Right? That's a lot for us.
Yeah.
Like, if we ever got 500,000 viewers on one of these shows,
Oh my God, I don't know what I'd do.
I don't think we have to worry about that ever.
Spread the word, people. Make it happen.
But if anything would bring the viewers, it would be this Spirit jersey.
So this is the Festival of the Arts Spirit jersey. You've got the logo here. You've got this sweet little Figment drawing a heart in chalk on the ground. So he's doing the chalk art thing. And then the back is pretty special.
I kind of love this.
It's kind of adorable. It's one of the more sort of, I feel like, good composition on the back, where you've got the wording across the top, but you've also got artwork down here. You've got the art on the front.
And I love that
Create
it
your own
looks
magic.
like it's chalk. Like the
Yes.
the paint itself. They'll see when I.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks that you see the slight voids in
Marbling
there.
kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah. It is
really
fantastic.
cute.
This is a great spirit jersey. We're having trouble with the camera, just so you know, folks.
I'll just pretend.
I don't think there's an easy fix for this one. It's just overheating,
Yeah. Well, we only have one more piece of merchandise left to show off.
but
for
it's a
people.
really good one.
I love the colors because they're bright, but they're not like obnoxious. I don't know if you can tell the texture.
Yeah.
It's chalk
great.
textured.
Awesome. Wait, I want to share that pigment on the front.
He's adorable. Very cute. So Eric, this is our opportunity to actually unbox an item on Boxed In tonight. We have a box.
In a box.
We can open the box and remove the item.
What's
from
in the box?
What's in the box?
That needs to be the thing we show before we unbox something big. We need the what's in the box.
We should do a Halloween episode that's 7 themes.
Yeah, a 7 theme.
7?
7,
Oh my God, it
yeah,
all
7.
comes full circle.
That's why people watch us, Joe.
So I don't know. I think you can't quite see the wording on the front of the box here. So, which I'm glad because otherwise that would be a spoiler. But let's.
I don't know how to get this out of here.
Upside down?
I think we can.
Well, we're gonna.
pull-
Oh, you might. Wait a minute. It's probably better to just turn upside down, Joe. Oh, nope.
No, I'm gonna destroy
Boy,
the styrofoam.
you were mangling that thing.
I'm gonna destroy the styrofoam.
This is not. This is on loan, basically from a friend of a
A
friend.
museum collection.
Yeah, from the the Frick collection in New York City.
That's amazing.
There it is, ladies
This
and
is a
gentlemen.
lightsaber.
No, it's not.
It's the hilt, isn't it?
It's a hilt for a lightsaber.
No, it's not.
Then I've been misled on what this is.
Let's open it up and
Oh,
find
sorry.
out.
It is 2 lightsabers. Anakin and Luke, is that right?
We gotta show the.
It makes noise.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh.
Like this again.
Do you have that webcam? Can we just hook up that webcam? No, we'll lose our audio. We've never had this. Oh, hey, we have video. We don't know. The camera says too hot. Again, we were listening. This is the Luke and Obi-Wan lightsabers from their battle at Mustafar.
Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Anakin and Obi-Wan, Mustafar.
So we've got 2 different hilts. I'm gonna acknowledge. I think this is the Anakin one. I don't.
Yes.
I don't 100% know, but I think this.
I'm
is the
reasonably
Anakin
sure
one.
that's Anakin's
Yeah,
lightsaber.
because this has the Darth Vader kind of vibe already going on.
Here.
Maybe set an ice cube on top of the camera. Ooh, that's heavy.
But if you can't hear it, the box plays music. It's amazing.
You were
And
supposed to be the chosen one, Anakin!
That's what it said. It was said you would destroy the Sith, not join them, bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hate you, Darth Vader. You are my brother.
It calls him Darth Vader at that point?
The inscription on the box.
You are my brother!
That actual line of dialogue is here inside the box lid. And it's not quoted as Anakin Skywalker, it's quoted as Darth
He
Vader.
was called Lord Vader before he, right? When he killed all the kids and, I don't know. One of you Star Wars people can tell us.
So there you go. Super fancy box.
I love that.
Full of
That is really cool.
matching lightsabers.
The blade, of course, sold separately for $45.
See how cool and fancy. I mean, it's like a solid
Is it
wood
heavy?
box.
You
It's
want
a,
me to try to
oh
hold
yeah.
it?
It's a really nice box.
Oh yeah, that's wood.
Yeah.
Also numbered,
Good lord.
individually numbered inside.
Yeah, they are individually numbered, limited edition. These are available only at Duck on Dars. They're legacy lightsabers. You can't build these at Savi's. You can't buy this at Tatooine Traders. These are like legit. So
This one specifically is number 1407 out of 5,000. There's Arabesh.
5,000 seems like a lot.
I like the Arabesh on the top because I can translate Arabesh with my
She has been to space.
with
With
my
your-
data pad. Since I went to space,
Twice.
I have the capacity to translate.
Jill's
Arabesh.
actually been to space more than Jeff Bezos.
I'm also more sane than Jeff
yeah.
Bezos. But you know, what are you gonna do?
Unfortunately, we kind of need to wrap up because we never know when this camera's going to, what?
You're gonna lose it again.
I think it must be that it was hot all day. Okay,
back?
we're going to tell you goodnight because the camera keeps overheating. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Right here on
Thanks
Boxed
for
In.
joining us. Until next time.